Good morning, students. So myself Akshay Mahendrakar. So in our last class we had discussed about what do we know as viscosity, clear? We had also discussed what is velocity gradient, correct now, and what are the units for that. Okay, those all things we had discussed. And this problem is based on venturimeter. Clear? Let me read about this problem. A fully loaded Boeing aircraft, it has a mass of 3.3 okay into 10 to the power of 5 kg. Mass they had given. Then total wing area is 500 meters square. Clear? Mass given, total wing area they had given. It is in level flight with a speed of 960 km per hour. Okay? It is moving with the speed of 960 km per hour. Two things they are asking us. Clear? One is known as estimate the pressure difference between the lower and the upper surfaces of the wings. That means what they are asking here, delta P they are asking. Okay, pressure difference, delta P. Clear? And in second point, estimate the fractional increase in the speed of the A of the upper surface of the wing relative to the lower surface, that is nothing but V1 minus V2 divided by V average. And given that the density of air is nothing but 1.2 kg per meter cube. So how we can proceed for this problem, can you tell me? First one, they are asking what delta P, that is nothing but what pressure difference. So what I can write, delta P is equal to F by A directly. In case of F, okay, force what is acting on that, basically weight of that complete, that is nothing but mg divided by P. Okay, mass check whether they are given or not. It has a mass of 3.3 into how much it is, 10 to the power of 5 kg. Okay, units I won't mention, it is in kg. Acceleration due to gravity, g value they had not given. Take it as 9.8. For convenience you can choose 10. A value, it has a total cross sectional wing area, sorry, total wing area is how much? 500 meters square. It is nothing but how much? 5. Will you proceed? You can take it as 33, this as 10, and just proceed and check how much you are going to get. Calculations I had informed you know in our last classes how to proceed. In that manner you can proceed. So 3.3 into 10 to the power of 5 into 9.8 divided by 500 means how much you are going to get? Shall I solve? So somewhere it is close to 3.5 or 35. Let me choose it as 35. Let me check how much I will get. 35. Okay. Into 10 to the power of 5 as it is into 10 I will choose, that means it will become how much? 10 to the power of 6. 10 to the power of 5, if I choose this as 10 means 10 to the power of 5 and 10 to the power of 6 divided by 5. So basically here is two shift decimal, if I shift means what I can write? 5, correct now? 5 into how, what I can write into 10 to the power of 1, 2. 10 square. Okay. 5 sevens are 35. 7 into what we can proceed 10 to the power of 6 minus 2 means 10 to the power of 4. Correct? This is equal to how much? Delta. Okay. Clear? If you solve it exactly means 6.5 somewhere you will get. Clear? Oh, this should be 35 means it will be 10 to the power of, sorry, somewhere small mistake I did. 33 I am going to choose it as, sorry, 3.3 I am going to choose it as 3.5. 3.5, if I shift this decimal here means it will become 10 to the power of 4. Then if I choose this means it will be 10 to the power of 5. This will be 2 as it is, this will be 5 minus 2, 3. If you substitute exact values means you are going to get exact values means 3.3, 9.8 like that means 6.5, almost equal to 6.5 into 10 to the power pressure. Next point, what they are asking, estimate the fractional increase in the speed of the air on this upper surface of the wing relative to the lower surface. Yes, how we can proceed for this? Can you tell me? What is the formula we got by deriving the formula in case of what is that, venturimeter? Can you just recollect that formula? What you had got, delta P is equal to? Yes, anyone? Yes, delta P is equal to, what was that, rho by 2 into V2 square minus V1 square. Correct? Huh? This equation we got. Along with this equation, the equation due to what is that, the liquid which is in manometer. Correct? No? For that we equated and we calculated what? V value, velocity. Okay? So now here V2 minus V1, sorry, V2 square minus V1 square is there, but we want V1 minus V2. This is, just check this, delta P is equal to rho by 2 V2 square minus V1 square. Clear? So what I can write it as, A square minus B square as delta P is equal to rho by 2. Okay? A square minus B square can be written as what? A square, sorry, A plus B into A minus B. That is nothing but V2 A plus B, V2 plus V1, V2 minus V1. Okay, this will be V2 minus V1 by V. Basically, V2 plus V1 into V2 minus V1 into delta P. Yeah, this V2 plus V1 by 2, it is almost equal to V1 plus V2 divided by 2, which is nothing but what? V average. Yeah? So delta P is equal to rho V average into V2 minus V1. Yeah? So if you divide by V average square, means here somewhere you are going to get V2 minus V1 by V average. Just take delta P by V average, okay, square is equal to rho into V2 minus V1 by V average. Correct? Na? Cross check. Are you understanding? Clear? So next, this will be V2 minus V1, V2 minus V2. Clear? So, can you able to see here? Now can you cross check? V2 minus V1 by V average, how much you are going to get? Rho, take it this side. V average you have to calculate. I hope they might have given in the question. It is moving with the speed of 960 kmph. Convert this 960 to what? Meters per second. How you are going to convert? By multiplying it by 5 by 18. Correct? No? So 960 kmph into 5 by 18 means almost equal to 266. You are going to get, this is nothing but what? Meters per second, which is nothing but V average. Okay, substitute this value in the place of V average. Sorry, here. So V2 minus V1 by V average, finally how much you are going to get? V2 minus V1 by V average is equal to delta P by rho into V average square. Yeah, delta P by rho into V average. So delta P value here you got, substitute rho value given, density of air, and V average value is given 266. If you substitute and cross check, means check how much you are going to get. Okay. So this will be V2 minus V1 by V average. Yes, V2 minus V1 by V average is equal to delta P value 6.5 into 10 to the power of 3. Correct? Here will be 6.5 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay, divided by rho is nothing but how much? 1.2. Here 1.2. V average value 266. Okay, cross check how much you are going to get. Okay, you can simplify this, choose it as 1, 265, 65 already. Okay, approximate equal answer you can calculate. I will tell you how much exact value you are going to get. 0.08 somewhere you are going to get this value. 0.08. Cross check. Clear? If you take percentage means here how much you are going to get into 100 percentage means it will be 8 percentage. Clear? Shall I erase this? Have you all copied? Okay. Clear. Now come to next question. So what are the things they had given in this question? First we will go through this question. The terminal velocity of a copper ball of radius 2 mm is falling through a tank of oil at 20 degrees Celsius. At 20 degrees Celsius, what they are telling, the terminal velocity of copper ball of radius 2 mm falling through a tank of oil at 20 degrees Celsius is 6.5 cm per second. So terminal velocity value they had given. Okay, compute the viscosity of the oil at 20 degrees Celsius. For that same temperature, they are asking what? To calculate viscosity, coefficient of viscosity. So density of oil given to you, density of copper is given to you. So radius of that given to you, radius of that ball 2 mm. Yes, in SI system how I can write that 2 mm? Milli stands for what? Milli is nothing but what? 10 to the power of minus, yes, 10 to the power of minus 3. 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. Next, so temperature they are given. Okay, leave it. Next, what is the 6.5 centimeters per second? 6.5 centimeters per second is nothing but what? Terminal velocity. Yeah, that means Vt value is given to you, that is nothing but 6.5 into centimeter per second. We want to convert it in meter per second. Yes, centi means how much? Milli, how you had said into 10 to the power of minus 3. What is the standard for centi? Centi means how much? 10 to the power of, yes, it is minus 2. 10 to the power of minus 2. Compute the viscosity of the oil at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, coefficient of viscosity. Viscosity value they are asking. Density of oil is given to you. Density of copper is given to you. So density of oil or medium we had chosen it as sigma. So sigma is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power of plus 3 kg per meter cube. Clear? Next, the density of copper is given to you. That is nothing but rho given to you. How much it is? 8.9 into 10 to the power of. Yes, how you can solve this question? Yes, how you can proceed? Yes, what is the formula? Terminal velocity Vt equal to, we had derived now. Yes, can you tell me Vt is equal to 2 by 9? Correct? Vt is equal to 2 by 9 into bracket sigma minus, rho minus sigma, okay, into G divided by what? Eta. Correct, no? Vt is equal to 2 by 9, okay, then rho minus sigma into G divided by N. Clear? So now we want this eta value, okay. So if we want to separate, means how I can separate? Eta is equal to 2 by 9 rho minus sigma into G by Vt. So I just cross multiplied. Now just simply substitute the values and you will be going to get the result. 2 by 9 rho value minus sigma value. Rho value is 8.9 into 10 to the power of 3 minus sigma value is 1.5 into 10 to the power of 3. G value is 9.8. Vt value is 6.5 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Now I request you to solve this without help of calculator. How you are going to calculate? This is 8.9. Treat it as 9. This is 1.5. Treat it as 3 by 2. 9.8 as 10. 6.5. Either choose it as 65. Completely shift to the decimal. And tell me what will be the final answer. Yes, radius value in formula just cross check, that will be 2r square now here. 2r square, I calculate r square here. R square value, what is your r? 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 square. Now check, this is direct 4, 2 to the 4. Here actually r square, here I have to. Yes, final answer how much you are going to get? You can choose this at 10 or 9 means here 8.9, 9 will get cancelled somewhere. Yeah? Choose it as 10, 65. Shall I solve this one? You can't cancel out here because it is difference here. Don't cancel 8.9, choose it as 9 minus 1.5. You are going to get 7.5. 7.5 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay, 7.5 into 2 is nothing but 15. 15 by 10 is nothing but 1.5. 1.5 and here just cross check what all the things are remaining. Clear? So finally you are going to get final answer as 0.99. Okay? Check whether you are going to get this or not. 9.9 into 10 to the power of minus 1, okay, or 0.99 kg per meter per second. Yeah, based on terminal velocity. Shall I erase the board? Clear? Clear? So now we are going to discuss about new concept, that is nothing but what? Surface tension. Okay? Imagine that we are having a glass, okay, plain glass, and on that glass, if we just put a small drop of water, what will happen? What will happen if we put a small drop of water on complete glass plate means? It will be spreading now slowly. And one more thing, one more case we will just see. If on that glass, okay, that completely flat glass, before throwing some water, let us assume that we are going to apply some grease over that. Okay. So if we apply some grease means what will happen? After applying grease, if we put some drops of water means what we are going to get, you know, complete that water will not be, I can tell means that water just not flow over there. That means that water will not get disturbed. So only on plain glass surface what was happening, if I put in a drop of water means it will be spreading all actually. Clear? And in case if we apply some grease over there, and if any oil material or oily surface or oil itself, if we apply means what we are going to have. After applying oil, what will happen? That for that glass surface, we will apply complete grease oil, or with the help of oil, if we apply oil means, okay, by taking oil, if we apply some oil on that means, Then after that, if I want to throw some water droplets on that, means that water will not be what happened in the earlier case, in glass case, only glass and water. Okay, water was just slowly, if I put some drop of water, means it was just moving aside. Clear? And when we apply grease, means what will happen? We are going to get a spherical drop, complete a spherical drop of water only it is going to present on that greasy surface. So what we are going to tell means, in the fluids, especially in case of liquids, we are going to study one more concept, that is nothing but what? Surface tension. That means with the outer atmosphere, okay, in which manner the liquid is in contact with that material. Okay, nature of contact we are going to tell. In which nature those two materials are in contact with each other. Okay, to study that we are going to discuss about surface tension. And let us assume that we are having a tank. Okay, in that tank we are going to have some water, let us suppose, and completely free surface of that water, if you just observe, means, okay, free surface, that means surface which is open for the atmosphere. There what will happen, the surface which is separating the remaining all liquid from the outer atmosphere, it is having some sort of energy in that to separate that remaining kind of liquid or the remaining liquid, okay, below the free surface. Means what we are going to treat, it is having some special energy, okay, due to the effect of surface tension. Yeah. So how to define the surface tension? Okay. So the liquids which are having a special property, that is nothing but its free surface will act as stretched elastic membrane. That is nothing but what? Surface tension. Okay. And here while discussing surface tension, we will be considering two kinds of forces. Clear? One is known as cohesive force, and one more is known as adhesive force. Clear? So we are going to discuss now what is cohesive force as well as what is adhesive force. Listen, cohesive force means the force of attraction which is present between same or similar kind of materials. Okay, the force of attraction which is present in same kind of materials is nothing but what? Cohesive force. Okay, and next, adhesive force means the force of attraction which is present between different materials, that is nothing but what? Adhesive force. So if we are considering two different materials, and in those two different materials, if any force is there, that means, let us take an example that you are going to stick a paper with gum for a wall or something of that. So what is happening, actually what is happening over there means, the force of attraction present for this complete paper, and we are applying some glue. That glue is helping us for what? For different materials. Wall is one material and paper is one more material. For these two materials it is just attaching. Clear? So that is nothing but what? Adhesive force or force of adhesion. Clear? So adhesive force is the force of attraction present between two different molecules. Clear? But it is exactly opposite in case of cohesive force. Cohesive force is nothing but what? The force of attraction present between two different kinds of materials. Clear? So this is just a small introduction about surface tension. Okay. In our next class again we are going to discuss completely what do we know as surface tension. Clear? Because some more extra quantities needed for this understanding surface tension. So by considering all those small basic quantities, completely we are going to study what is surface tension. Clear? So this is just an introduction about surface tension. So keep studying, don't waste your time. So all the best. Okay?